Live, just press live. We're back one more time, y'all. It is the start lineup. It's fantasy football and SETI, y'all. We are what, 3 weeks away? Look,
2 weeks.
Double check it, bro. Now I'm double checking.
You can double check, bro.
Like,
the 27th.
The 27th, right? NFL fantasy is about that time, y'all. But it's football back, right? I said something earlier. I want us to revisit. They talk about Odell Beckham Jr. says he's not retiring after a fake, quote unquote, Adam Schefter account tweeted that he was. What y'all think about OBJ, right? Yo, Trey, you think OBJ still got it? I remember the one hand catch against us.
Yeah.
Also, they lost that game, hint, hint, but wonderful catch. But what has he done since?
I mean, I think he's he's definitely not a number one, probably not a number two. He's probably more like your third option at receiver on a team that probably has a talented core. I think he's still got a little bit left in the tank, so I think he could contribute, but he in that phase of his career now where he probably just need to kind of like be that vet in the wide receiver room. You know what I'm saying? And kind of like in a pinch, if somebody go down, he can, he has the ability to step up in the depth chart. So I think he can contribute. I just think it's all about where.
Any thoughts there, Khalil Ant, on this Odell Beckham, right? He's not retiring. I think he should go ahead and hang him up, but
he could be a wide receiver 5 if you ask me. 5 wide, third and 13 type job.
Third and 13, right? He might, and like I said, he might be in a situation where he get picked up, right, where it's playoffs, somebody hurt. That's what I think going on. But K-Dot, what you about to say? Here you go. He can't hear me. I can't hear him. Here you go. He ain't check his audio. Watch he be yelling in a second. Watch you be yelling out here. Let me see if I can get edit mic. Yeah, you might have to leave and come back. It's pretty easy peasy. And I get that follow up. But Odell Beckham, man, I don't know. But the other thing that I saw,
I'm looking at.
Nah, go ahead. What you about to say?
Nah, I was gonna say I'm looking at. All right, so last year he was in Miami. I mean, Tua was hurt. Not really a good situation. They got several receivers out there, and Devin Achane running the ball. Year prior to, he was in Baltimore. I don't know. I want to say he got. He played 14 games last year. I mean, not last year, but the year in Baltimore. But I don't even really remember that. Had I not looked it up, I wouldn't have known that's where he was at. But then he had the year in LA, 21, when they went to the Super Bowl. I just I don't know. Like I need to see him in a good situation. We'll probably circle back. I'll probably come up with where I can see him at in a few. But yeah, I definitely think he can contribute.
Yeah, and say wide receiver 5. He say bring him in for depth. Bring him in for camp. Right. Matter of fact, he probably didn't even do camp. He a vet. He probably don't even do camp. He still probably want to just walk in and get a spot. You think he's that good to just come in and just be like, we putting you on? You think you working out?
No. I think he had to work out. He had to work out for me, if it was me.
Mm-hmm. And wasn't he in Baltimore too for a second?
I'm saying that was what, 23?
He won the ring with the Rams. Oh, no, it was the Rams.
With the Rams.
Yeah, with the Rams. Yep. I thought they was gonna bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Thought they was gonna bring him back, but he had got hurt because he was gonna be a he was
balling that Super Bowl. He was
balling, right? And then it was just like after that injury, now he in Miami, he ain't never been back right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's that injury especially when it comes in football. And that's why when I was watching the joint receiver earlier, here's one thing I gotta say, yo. And because we're talking about quarterbacks today, and I actually literally want to look in the camera with this one because I want to talk to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Talk to him. Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy what they call.
Right? And the G is for garbage, bro. Like, man, I'm looking at this joint and Devontae, like, yo, he don't understand the coverage.
He had to go.
He making too much money, though, to not understand these coverages, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Point
you know, I
blank.
get it. You got Enrique Suave or whatever going on, my guy. But yo, get him out of here, yo. And I don't think right now he on the team, and that's good.
Yeah.
If actually, I wouldn't say that's good. Go to the UFL, XFL, or something. You know, go
There you
ball
go.
somewhere else or coach. Bro. Like, but
There
yo,
you go.
watching that jump, bro, I'm like, this dude's garbage.
Yeah. And Devontae was pissed.
He's not
Devontae
good.
was pissed the whole time. Yeah.
He's not good at all. And then watching that, much respect to Devontae because the way he was getting banged up.
Mhm.
You know, I even see the joint with Justin Jefferson. He got hit in the back and he started coughing up blood. I don't know if you've seen that
Crazy.
joint. It was something. And he had to be down for a week or two. But that joint crazy, bro. But yo, and I'm gonna let you. In fact, I want you to go first because I feel like you might be a homie with your background. When I'm thinking quarterbacks, right? We think of quarterbacks. It's the draft. Like I said before, I'm gonna bring up the draft in a second because I have it set at random, in the back office. But you got the first pick. Well, you got a first round pick. You taking a quarterback first round, and if so, who's your first quarterback you taking off the board?
So you know I went with the metric route.
Okay, what's the
of
metric?
course.
What's the numbers then?
To keep it connecting to the name, right? So if I had my first pick, I'm gonna go Josh Allen.
So not homie, but why Josh then? Dual threat?
I think because you got the pass in the run game, but he averaged over the last 3 years 24 points, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, well, 23.4 points. And that was top of the, I did a top 10 QB last 3 year average. I think he has something to prove this year. When you look at like how close the Bills get every year, he's going to want to make sure he puts his team in position to at least get that first round bye. I think that getting, past Kansas City Chiefs is probably going to be on their mindset. I think he's in a good division to air it out. So yeah, that's what I would pick first.
And Ben, welcome back. I see you on mute. Make sure your sound work. We had to kick K-Dot out because his sound won't work. I mean, nope, can't hear you either. Nope. Say something. Yeah, that's me. Gotta have that set. We put them headphones on, mess you up with them settings. Settings got to be right. They'll change on you quick, boy.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, in there. So my question was, and I let Ant take it first, was, hey, who's your first quarterback that you taking off the board? Ant said he taking who he say Josh Allen, right? So Ben, who's your first quarterback you taking off the board?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Talked trash a little about him last week though a little bit, but I probably may go either with Ravens, which would be Lamar, possibly Jaden. I got to do a little bit of research and look at strength of schedule and all that other good stuff. But that's solid, bro.
So it's them two. So you can only pick one. You already gave me two. So you already gave me too many. Right. So I'm gonna give you your 1A, 1B, Jalen and Lamar. Trey, talk to me quarterbacks, man. Your first quarterback off the board, who you taking?
Well, Spence took mine, man, because I'm gonna just kind of echo his sentiment because I personally have drafted Josh Allen 2 out of the last 3 years, and one of those years he helped me to my fantasy football championship. So he do it all. Like the offense literally starts and stops with him, whether he passing it, whether he running it. You know what I mean? He's gonna rush for a couple touchdowns. He gonna get it on the goal line. He's taking it in. So he literally controls the game offensively, start and finish. So if I had to pick, I would go with if Spence hadn't picked him, I would have picked Josh Allen. But since I got to go with another one, I'm gonna go Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay, Joe.
I'm gonna go Joe Burrow. Yeah,
that's my third. That's my third.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe. I mean, Jamar Chase is projected the number 1 wide receiver overall, and somebody got to get him the ball. And then T Higgins, I believe T got paid last year, but Joe was
got paid,
but Joe was banged up. Yeah. And I mean, they gotta score points, like because their defense is horrible. And I think what Joe tossed, what did he toss 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of the preseason game? And it was just it's just easy. Yeah, it's easy for Joe. And I think he's gonna have a big year. They got a lot to prove. They aren't talked about in their division. I mean, they're in the AFC North, so that's Baltimore, that's Buffalo, that's Pittsburgh. So I feel like I feel like Joe gonna come out with something to prove this year. So yeah, I go Joe but I wouldn't take a QB first overall.
Not first overall. Yeah, that's one thing I had to change and switch up.
Okay.
Because I'm showing y'all right now who my pick is, and I'm going Baker freaking Mayfield, bro. My first quarterback off the board. Not my number one pick, right? Okay. But I'm going Baker, bro. I'm definitely going Baker, bro. If you think about it, right? Baker was top 5 in fantasy PPR points last year, right? I think Lamar was number 1, 43.4. Josh Allen, 38.5. Who you just said, Burrow at 381. But guess who was tied with Burrow? That's mother freaking Baker Mayfield. I call him Swagoo. That's what I'm gonna call him, bro. Because I told you, man, I like him. He got that swagger. And again, won't nobody, talking about him. But think about what weapons do he have though? Oh, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Mr. 1,000 and 1,000, and I get more yards, right? Yeah. But honorable mention to my commander brother, and that's in here. Right? Shout out to Jaden Daniels. Shout out to Jaden Daniels, who was at 364 PPR points, rounding out the top 5 last year. So I gotta go with
I'm not sold on Josh Allen, bro. I don't know why I'm not sold on Josh Allen, man. And real talk though, talk like it's like to me.
You just don't like Josh. You just don't like Josh.
No.
That's all that is.
For a while, I was rocking with Josh, but it always feels like in the critical games, he never shows up. And if he does show up, he's gonna give you just as many interceptions as almost touchdowns, right? He's gonna force it. Like if you got to come from it and do what he got to do. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about Josh Allen. I feel like you remind me a lot of Brett Favre.
Oh man, and you know how you feel about Brett. But look, let me ask you this, though, let me ask you this, because I used to feel the same way about Josh, right? I had to kind of check in with myself about Josh. Name a Buffalo Bills wide receiver.
No. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. When they lost Stephon 2 years ago, it's been 2 years, yeah. When they lost Stephon, he lost his number 1. I give you that. I do give you that. So he really hasn't had the talent for him to still spread the ball around that he does. But I can say I've had Josh Allen before in the fantasy league, and when I needed him to come through in the most near the end, he didn't come through. Same thing. And then Baker Mayfield. I'm still not sold on Baker Mayfield. I feel like Skip Bayless.
You sound like
everybody.
Hey, what's old boy's name? What's his name? Bubba Doug. What's his name?
Trash. Bubba Doug. Yeah.
Trash.
No, Baker. No, but I will give Baker his props because my brother liked Baker, right? And I liked Baker when Baker was in college, but that maybe he was in the wrong system. He was in Cleveland. He came out of Tampa. He's prospered in Tampa, right? Off of an offense that was pretty much built already. So it kind of goes back again to that same type of scenario, like we talked about Jalen Hurts. Do you have to have all the pieces in place for you to be that type of quarterback? They got 2 massive running backs, right? They got 2 1,000-yard receivers, and they picked up what's that number 15? And when what's his name went down, I can't think of his name, number 15. So they got a decent tight end, like. Is that his name? Number 15? I gotta look him up. Number 15. Is it Murphy? The Bucks. Yeah, the Bucks. Yeah, number 15. It just feels like all those pieces got to be around him. And I think most quarterbacks got to be that way, but not trying to tear y'all picks apart though. It is fast, yes. But I probably would go with Joe Burrow before I go with Josh Allen. That would be my number 1. Not no disrespect Jaden and Lamar, because I see that y'all rank 2 and 3 right now for fantasy football draft rankings right now. But where Dak at? Hold on. Oh, he number 10. I had to pull up Dak.
I said top 5. That's why he wasn't even mentioned. That's my guy.
All right.
Do y'all agree with that though? Did y'all see the top 10?
Top
Who
Have y'all
10.
seen the top 10 list?
Which top 10 you looking at?
I'm looking at Fantasy Pros for fantasy football.
The top 10. Well, that just go by the stats. You know, those by the
Yeah.
PPR points. I pulled mines from what did I go? Yeah, Fantasy Pros. Yeah, and you got Lamar, Josh, Joe, Baker, Jaden.
Yes.
That's top 5. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the data.
And
Numbers don't
then
lie.
you got Bo Nix, Kyler Murray. What?
They was putting up points. It's yards, PPR. And the crazy part, I think that's the key thing about fantasy is understanding how you get points. Because like for me, what I used to mess people up, I forgot the dude's name. It was at T-Mobile. He was like, man, I'm gonna add you in this FanDuel jump. And it was like $10 buy-in, first winner take all 100. The first game I was number 1. But he like, bro, how did you know to get Jameis Winston when he was in Tampa, Jameis, both receivers, and the opposing defense? I said, you got to know the points. Jameis going to give me touchdowns and yards, but he might throw 2 picks, and then the defense get a pick 6.
Yeah, you good.
Right. I'm getting all the points.
Yeah.
So,
you're right. You do have to look at the leagues. You do have to look at the league. You got to look at strength of schedules. There's a lot of things you got to factor in. And that division is crazy.
Yeah.
You're looking at a division that's going to scout that quarterback all the time. They know his ins and outs. I mean, that's why I'm rooting for Jaden. I mean, come on, bro. You already know how it goes. This year, what did they do to think about what they did to Lamar's second season, right? They sat back, and to this day, they still sit back mostly in the zone on Lamar, and like, you're gonna have to beat us with your arm.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to put that ball on the money at the end of the day, right? So those are the things. But no, I'm not. Let me stop hating on Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a talent. He is a talent. I'm not gonna hit on Josh. He lost me money at the end of the day.
That's all I said. You don't like him, bro.
Yeah, he lost me money. It was gonna come through. But yeah, not to take over the conversation, y'all.
Nah, you good. You good. I'm gonna give Baker a little shout out because it's funny that was your pick because I just was having a debate with another group about Baker. So I looked up his playoff stats because, and I look at it like it translates perfectly for fantasy, right? And he's 2 for 4 in the playoffs. All right, he played Pittsburgh in 2021 when he was with Cleveland. They beat them. Baker went 21 for 34, 263 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? 115 passer rating. Then in 2021, they played Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Of course, they lost to them, but he went 23 for 37, 204 yards, 1 interception. He had a basic game, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. Right. Then he got traded to Tampa Bay. So now he's in the NFC. He lost to Philly the year they won was it 2024? The year they went to the Super Bowl. He went 22 for 36, 3 touchdowns, 337 yards against Philly defense. And then what was it? Detroit in 2024. They actually beat Philly that year. He went off like that. But they lost to Detroit, but he went 26 for 41, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And that's to Travis' point. The boy put up numbers, and he does it in clutch situations. So I think Baker he's overlooked and underrated, but he be slinging that rock. He slinging that rock.
No, I agree with y'all, man. I'm just joking. I mean, it's hard, man, when you start looking at these quarterbacks, and Baker showed me a lot last year. I can't even front. He showed me a lot the year before last. Like he coming from Cleveland down there and just putting that ball on the money. And again, sometimes it is a system. Again, I just feel like when I just think about Baker Mayfield in the past, I'm like, habits don't die, behaviors don't really change a lot of times. And he's already shown those characteristics already previously before. So I feel like even last year in the playoffs, if you think about how he played last year in the playoffs, he looked like Baker Mayfield from the O, if you think about it, right? So is that on the OC and the head coach and not creating the game plan to fit his strengths or making the necessary changes during halftime on what the defense was doing against them, or was that just Baker Mayfield? You get what I'm saying? So
I get what you mean. All right.
These quarterbacks, man. He said Dak 10, Who else? I think in mind when I am thinking of quarterbacks. I am ready to see also what they gonna do in Cleveland. Gosh Almighty, what
They
they
don't
gonna
know,
do?
bro.
They still said they like Dylan over Shador. Who put that post out there? Did y'all see that post?
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
see that
cool.
post.
And Dylan ain't
I see,
playing yet.
He ain't
no, and
playing.
they got him starting again this weekend in preseason. They already said that Shador can be starting this preseason.
Yeah, they Pickett. I think Pickett and Flacco are still out, and I don't know what Gabriel going. I don't know if he playing or not
Yeah, like what
at
is
They
he
gonna have to
all.
get
doing?
rid of.
Like, is he hurt? And if so, how did he get hurt? Because I don't even think he practiced. The way the media
Man,
said, like Shador don't know who practiced.
I'm like, if Cleveland don't really like him, you dumb to try to kill this man's potential because a lot of teams really do need a quarterback that's out there. It's still NFL teams that need quarterbacks. So to me, I think they hustling backwards. I would try to show his talents, his gifts that he have, and put him on the trading block if you don't want him in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Literally, that's
the
all it is.
breaking news: Dylan Gabriel's path cleared to first NFL start against Eagles with Shador Sanders' injury. So
Oh,
Shador
so
got
Oh,
Shador got a shoulder injury.
I
Now
seen. Okay,
I was listening to some Cleveland talk radio, and they were talking about his arm was sore.
yeah.
So I wonder if that's what it is, and maybe they just sitting him.
probably
Hopefully,
so.
I mean, because what else he got to prove? What else he got to show?
So
Yeah,
now
he
it's gonna
he.
be what we need to look for is if Dylan gonna have the same opportunity. Now, bro, if
What you gonna do?
Dylan Garbo, OMG, yo, they gonna hey bro, Dion might be flying to Cleveland.
He
But
might.
but this is
He
but
might.
this is the reason why. But if you think about it, y'all, this is the reason why the Cleveland front office has been the way they've been. Just literally off of stuff like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it comes down from the top to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I read an article that who was that left the Redskins and went to another team. He was just talking about the culture and management, and it was one of the reasons why he felt like they had the biggest issue. I agree though. It's everything. When you start looking at I'm gonna give Anthony's prop, right? I know Harbaugh going through a little bit of things still in Michigan and so in the NFL, but first year when a coach can come in his first year to turn around a team like that in this first year, that's culture at the end of the day. That's presence, that's respect. You know what I mean? So something is happening up there in Cleveland that they're not getting the respect. The players are not giving the respect to the management of the coaching staff of what they need to do.
Right.
Hands
But
down. It's just
I
hands
think
down.
the coach can change that though. Like even if you have like a trash ass owner, GM, you can get your people bought into you. And I think like just using this Shador as an example, preseason game. I don't know if you guys heard the speech that the coach did. Like how you don't recognize the
Mm-mm.
offense. Like not like even if you don't want to give Shador his props, you don't mention nothing about the offense. Like nothing, yo. And it's like, come on, like that's deliberate.
It
And,
is.
So
It is.
and when you watch film and practice and you know the media, it looks like all the vets, like I hate to say us, but it looks like the people are like the teammates are like bought into
they
Shador
are.
more than they're even bought into like Joe
They are.
Flacco. Like it's crazy.
Bro, they got Myles Garrett, who is the cornerstone of the organization. He's
Yes.
bought
Hall
in.
of Famer.
Jerry Judy's bought in. Their tight
Yep.
end, David Njoku's bought in.
The Joker's about it. Yep.
Everybody's bought in. But what I was listening to. Y'all ever watch Jeff Teague's podcast, the
I didn't
520
watch this
joint?
jump.
I've seen
All
clips.
right, so yeah, it's really educational. So what I learned, because Jeff Teague, he played in the league, so I
Yeah.
often like to listen to athletes because they got firsthand experience.
Sure.
So he said that part of the reason that Shador dropped so low is because he had his agent required the prime equity clause be inserted in his contract. Y'all familiar with that?
I was
No,
hearing
no,
things, but I
Is
never went to
that's the
yeah.
one?
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna fill y'all in real quick. Now, when I first heard it, I'm thinking this is something, prime equity. I'm like, damn, Dion nice like that. They got a clause
Right,
for
right.
specifically for him, but I was wrong. But all right. So in the context of athlete contracts, a prime equity clause is a contractual provision designed to compensate athletes for the value they bring to the team beyond their on-field performance,
Hmm.
encompassing their media presence, brand power, and associated revenue generation. Basically NIL, right, Troy?
Basically.
Basically NIL.
But that's
So
but that's what I was talking about, Trey. Remember I was talking about that last week that
yeah,
his contract was set up that he would get a percentage. So he was like, you ain't gonna
bro,
brand me. I'm not making any money.
he's made his jersey sales have done $250 million.
Hey,
Easy
mine,
work.
mine just got delivered today.
It's done 250 mil, bro. So
Right.
I guess the organizations that passed up on him
Yeah.
didn't want to split, didn't want to have to split that with him or give
That
him give
money.
him that type of money.
Mhm.
So it says,
Facts.
for example, Shador Sanders' rookie deal with the Cleveland Browns reportedly includes a prime equity clause, allowing him to benefit from the value he brings to the team through his personal brand. In
Yep.
essence, a prime equity clause acknowledges that certain athletes are not just players, but also valuable brands, and it aims to align their financial interests with the success they generate off the field.
Mhm.
Hey,
Which
that's
which
That-
which
That's
crazy.
crazy
but
work.
but to me,
I
you know what that remind me of? That remind me of we slide. I know we're not talking NBA, but that's kind of like what
Right.
LeBron did when he did his thing in Cleveland. He created that brand, and everyone else started following that same thing. The max contracts started happening. They started having these super teams, and that's that paid way
That's
that
that
LeBron
format.
created. Exactly, and
Nice
Shador is doing the
plug. Nice
exact same
plug. Nice
thing.
plug, man.
I'm gonna
Hey, you
let you
like that? You
have
like
it.
that?
I'm gonna let you have it.
What
Way
you
to
say?
slip the goat in that joint. Way to slip the
That
goat.
was smooth. That was smooth.
But yeah, though, man, it was just crazy to me because y'all are really trying to block this man money, but that goes back to what I think one of our earlier episodes when we was talking about how they treat you differently when you don't need their money.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts, facts,
They treat
Mhm.
you differently when
facts.
I don't come from a broken home. I don't come from poverty. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
I
you're
don't need
not my
you.
savior. I don't
Right.
need you. Really,
Mhm.
really, I'm the prize, bro. And y'all need to pay
And
me for that.
Dion's and Dion was probably like one of the mistakes I made is the hype that he had built around him. He
Yeah.
profited, but I don't think he really
He
profited
didn't
off of it,
capitalize like
right?
he could have. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And that's probably another
Yeah.
reason why the NFL tried to sabotage him. The NFL don't want you getting into that money. That's their money. Yeah. Oh, I got
So how y'all
Ant. Hold on, Ant. Oh, go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
Nah, I just was gonna say how y'all feel about Shador for as far as fantasy. Did- would you
It's
stash
hard
him? Would you grab him and stash him just in case?
looking at that roster, depending on with our bench size, I might for our bench size.
You ain't messing with it,
Depending
Troy.
on how strong my
Hey,
team is.
hey, bro. I mean, getting Shador in fantasy, you really got to be just a fan. I mean, because the likelihood, I mean, think about it, the likelihood of him not only starting, we already know if Joe Flacco healthy is Flacco,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that, you know. But if he's named week 1 starter by the 25th, now he looks like a QB3, right? And I say
Mm-hmm.
that is because my first QB, I'm looking for somebody like you said, a dual threat, right? I'm thinking
Right.
PPR because when
Right.
I'm looking at the quarterbacks, you know, they get what 1 point for every 20 yards they throw,
Mm-hmm.
or something, or
Mm-hmm.
40, or something like that. But it's not 1 every 10, right? Because
Right.
they throw
Right.
so many yards, right? So I need somebody who might give me a rush, some yards there as well, and maybe give me a rushing touchdown. So that's why, to me, Baker has that mix because he got that bully ball in him too. But I know he can throw that pill. You see what I'm
You
saying?
Mm-hmm.
can.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, Shador, he's more of a pocket passer. You know, in that sense, to me, I call him the Brown Tom Brady, right? In a sense,
For me.
based on what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
So,
fact.
right, that's the key thing. But yeah, we'll see how that joint go. For sure.
Nah, but for real though, Tribe, depending on how strong your team is, you probably could roll the dice on that. Because looking at Cleveland and that history, they may go through all them quarterbacks, especially if they ain't got
Mm-hmm.
no O line.
Mhm.
Especially if they ain't got no line. So yeah, but no, that's a good question though. Free agency is definitely there. At the end of the
Joe
day, free
Flacco
agency is definitely
injured.
there.
Everybody hitting waivers that game. Y'all gonna have
You
the
already
waiver
know.
every time the Browns play. Y'all gonna have your phone ready. Like,
Everybody trying to grab him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, I feel like Cleveland messed up a lot of good teams, man. Like, I mean, they had the Ford and the big running back they had that was there. His ACL got hurt. Y'all know what I'm talking about. 2 years ago, the big running back Cleveland had. I can't think of his name.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, they had Ford and Chubb, bro. Like they didn't.
Yeah.
To me, they never really utilized it. If you go and looked at what Baltimore did last year with their two running back combos, they utilized that to the fullest. Even my Redskins did with our two running back combos. You know what I'm saying? With
Lions
Eckler and my
did
other boy Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Like you got that much talent, man. How do you not get that talent on the field? You got to find a way to get that talent on the field.
Egos, yo.
That too. That's a big piece. That is definitely a big piece. But Eagles ain't gonna bring you a Super Bowl. LeBron had to bring y'all a Super Bowl in the basketball arena. So y'all trying to get the Super Bowl after Jim Brown, y'all gonna have to do something. I had to start a plug in again.
You said help. What happened?
Hey, Tribe, you're gonna have to Tribe, well, we lost him. We're gonna have to get a counter.
You lost him?
Every time Ben dropped LeBron name, you need
Hey,
a
look.
tally mark in his box.
I've been good with MJ. I've been good with MJ.
Yeah, you've been holding it down. We just switched to
You've been
football.
holding it down.
I'm gonna let you have it though.
Oh, but you know what? I was gonna send a link to the group and I forgot to send it to you. I gotta find that video. I was playing around on YouTube and they talked about players that slept with other players' wives. Bro, I didn't know all the controversy that was happening. So it started to make sense. Like you start going back, they was talking about who was it? Paul George was messing with what's his name, wife, the center for the Indiana Pacers. And they was talking about how his game was thrown off. Then they brought up LeBron and Deontay West. Then they brought up
Delonte West.
Delonte West. Then they brought up the Paul Gasol issue when Shannon Brown was supposed to be messing with Paul Gasol's wife. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know all this stuff, bro. They had the whole, and Shaq was just a beast. Shaq was just knocking out everything. Shaq didn't care.
Shaq everybody.
Man, I didn't know Shaq was a wild boy like that, man. I was like, dang, Shaq, no wonder she took you for all your money. It makes sense.
Had to go.
Not all your money, but she got about half of that paper. Yeah.
And married a bastard.
Really lost
You married a bastard.
Nah, but it started making sense for real though. When I looked at it, I'm like, okay, now that makes sense of how it can throw off a player's game. When they start talking about Paul George, I'm like, dang, Paul, you was running around like that, bro. Like,
you said the Indiana Center?
Yeah, when it was going, I think it was in game 6 of Roy Hibbert. Yep, it was Roy Hibbert. Yep,
that is crazy.
That's crazy. Like, and then I'm like, okay, now that makes sense. Like, because I remember like Roy had a bad game. He had a bad series, and that John popped up like this is one of the reasons why. I'm like, why? And I'm like, oh, okay. And it kind of make a little bit of sense.
Do you be mad at the teammate or do you be mad at your lady?
Both.
I mean, both.
All the niggas in the world, yo.
Both for real though.
My teammate, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's both. That's almost equally angering.
Yeah, it's just crazy, Trey. Because I look at it, they were like, yeah, they used to come to my house and this. I'm like, dang, you did that to your boy. I was going to the other house. Like that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's some dirty stuff. But both, yeah, it definitely be both.
Let me ask y'all this: nobody picked Patrick Mahomes as their first QB.
I never really picked Pat Mahomes as a first QB.
Me neither.
I know he can get the numbers.
Yeah.
Like I know he gonna get the numbers, but go ahead, Trey.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. You gonna get the numbers or what?
No, you good. You good. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the 1 year I did pick Pat, I also picked Rashee Rice.
Okay.
And I did pretty good just because Rashee Rice had a real big year. But
Hmm.
yeah, Pat's never. I think, and then the way he fell to me because nobody picked him. I think I had like the 8th overall pick, and like
Hmm.
why all the wide receivers I wanted was gone, the running backs I wanted was gone. Um,
Okay.
and I think the only other QB, I think Josh was gone. It was a weird year. So I went Pat Mahomes, and it worked out. It worked out, but like I don't see it like a lot of people. Like he's never really a lot of people's number one fantasy QB.
But if you look at it too, the reason why is if you look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers over the last couple of years, his numbers has dropped.
Mm-hmm.
You have a game, he may give you about 140, 100, not gonna say 140, maybe about 160, 170 passing yards. But that's the
Mm-hmm.
hard part when you have a coach like he has that, which is crazy to me that he went to a strictly passing offense, because he's always been that type of person to like to run the ball,
Yeah,
coming from
and
Philly at the end of the day. So that's what also I look at.
yeah, and Andy Reid gonna win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really gonna. He's not the type of coach that's gonna get and really anybody a lot of big numbers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He's
It's gonna
not.
be a total team effort, and so they gonna win. Which
That's why I
is
never
why I
go
compare.
and run it back or back.
Nah, you go. Go ahead. I'm done.
That's it. I
Uh-huh.
said that's the reason I never go with a New England on the back or quarterback,
Same
because
point.
of the type of offense the New England have when what was his name? Sean Payton was at New Orleans. I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of the same way
Mm-hmm.
with Sean Payton. The way that Drew Brees used to distribute the ball, it was kind of hard.
Yep.
Okay, this is gonna be that number one, right? So that's another thing you got to look at going at your receivers at the same time. I think it's at the topic of receivers tonight as well, is because you got to look at that quarterback and how that quarterback is going to be instrumenting that offense and how that offense is going to
Mm-hmm.
run. Real talk, I
Mm-hmm.
was scared with the kind of was scary Terry last year when I had him on fantasy, because I know how our coaching staff is. They like to do the
Yep.
bubble screens, and they like to run the ball, and they really like to get the ball to the tight end at the end of the day, right? So how many how many receptions is McLaurin gonna have depending on how we run in our offensive set, right? So it's tough though.
Yeah. Back try.
Yeah, my fault. I was on mute. I heard somebody talking about Rashee Rice, man. What does Rashee Rice, right? Is it the speed? Because, like you said, Pat Mahomes, ever since the Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey trio,
Mm-hmm.
he spreads the ball out too much,
Mm-hmm.
and a bit for me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
and then he ain't doing as much running either, like he used to. And it's been some down years, it ain't been the same, but we'll
Mhm.
see coming back. I think he might be a sleeper, right? He might be a QB2 who gonna do some havoc, but QB1s, everybody looking for them dual threats, the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jackson, the tush push, and all
Right.
that stuff going in.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody we ain't talked about.
Who that?
Man, that boy up there in what's y'all, the LA Chargers now? Was they LA?
Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Man, hey, receiver wise, how you feel about your receiving core out there, man? Them receivers make me nervous, bro. I get scared.
Preseason looked good. I'm glad we got Keenan Allen back. I mean, I know he's a vet, but he did numbers before, or whatever reason why he left the first time. So I'm excited. And I mean, Justin Herbert is known to throw the ball. I think he has he has some type of NFL record of most yards within the first few seasons or something like that. So as long as he stays healthy, I think the protection got to be there. I think that's something we struggle
Real talk,
with.
man. Real talk. I had Josh. I've gotten Josh. I had him last year, because Josh do put up numbers. He will put up numbers for you.
Yeah, he gonna put up some numbers. And what do you say? Don't sleep on Mahomes, because with that receiving core, the field's gonna be spread, and he's not afraid to run. I mean, he got some folks back. Hold on, who else he got? What is D Hop there? What D Hop at? I know he done been around. What he
Did
at?
D Hop come back?
Is he in Tennessee or something?
No, that's where he came from.
No, nope. He in Kansas City. Yep, he in Kansas.
Yeah, he's still there.
D Hop in Kansas City. I think he still.
No, I
if
think
he bring back a step, he might be all right.
But to your point though, to Ant's team, Keenan Allen and a receiver like D Hop, man. Think how much they're teaching these young receivers, man.
Yeah.
Like at
Mhm.
the end of the day, they may not be what they were in their prime, but at the end of the day, hold on.
Nah,
D
D
Hop is
Hop in
at
Baltimore now.
he's at the
He
Ravens.
in
He's in
Baltimore now.
Baltimore. I just
Yeah,
pulled it up. Yeah, he's in Baltimore.
yeah,
Okay, my fault. You know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about old boy from the Ravens. What's his name? Hollywood.
yeah.
Oh, Hollywood
Hollywood is in
Brown.
Kansas City.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is back.
Xavier Worthy.
Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy. Juju still there? Juju, I think
Nah.
Juju probably there on the minimum, and Rashid, because I think they just D Hop just left them and went to Baltimore, right? That was just
Yeah,
this
that
week.
was just
Yeah.
earlier this year. Yeah,
Got you. I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, I knew something was going on, but yeah, and I even like the dude. What's his name? Sky Moore.
yeah. Scott Moore can play.
I think he has upside. You know, I think they're trying to use him almost like in a Debo type situation, with the back or receiver. But again, I think looking at them, right, and receivers, I want speed. So Worthy, Rashid Rice, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who can get me 5 catches, a hundo, and a tug. Right.
But the
That's
knock
Okay.
on but
that's gonna get
but
you.
the knock on Hollywood though, Tribe, is he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay. Yeah, that's what happened in Baltimore. Then they moved on from him.
He can't stay. Even when he went to Kansas City, he was hurt.
He's
Like,
hurt
he
now.
can't
That's
stay
all he's
healthy.
doing.
Yeah, he always hurt.
Right. He said after limited 2024 due to injury, his chemistry with Mahomes is well regarded. So what? 1 year, 11 million. Let's see. Yep. Juju
Who that?
resigned. D Hop not there. They got some Justin Watson. He shows up, right? He's like wide receiver 4. But speaking of receivers, I know today I wanted to also talk about the other guys who receive sometimes pause, but they also block, right? And that's going to be our tight ends. Speaking of tight ends, I got to shout out George Kittle. I was watching the receivers, John, like I said before, bro. He seems like an awesome teammate, bro.
Yeah.
You know, even to the point where somebody who's just ready to block, he couldn't imagine. He was just, man, I blocked 2 people, you know, leading Debo to the end zone, and he getting catches. He doing his thing. Even when they take a loss, he like you can tell he upset, but it's like he cool, confident, and it's like, you know what? I want to get back to it. I want to see what George Kittle gonna do next. But I would like to know, who are y'all top tight ends? Your first tight end, who you think coming off the board, right? Does anybody want to start? Right,
You said top tight end off the board.
Your top tight end off the board, right? Like we just did QBs. Who's your top tight end off the board?
I mean, until the will is broken, I'm going with KC. I'm going with God, what's that boy's name? Kelsey.
The will broke, man. The
Yeah,
will
I
broke,
don't
man.
think-
It was broke. It was broke last year.
Travis
No,
Scott,
but
I was gonna say he had the worst year of his career last year, bro.
he did. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I would go with Kelsey this year.
He a Swifty now, man. He's a pop
He's a
star.
Swifter.
Yeah.
Hey, he go to Supercuts now. He don't go to Generations no more. he go back to Supercuts.
Man, y'all funny, man.
I think Kelsey's always a threat, but I think that goes back to what we was just saying about Kansas City, spreading the ball around and just doing whatever it takes to win. But I'm gonna go my guy, second year player, Brock Bowers.
Brock
out in
Bowers?
Vegas. Brock Bowers.
He's good.
He led our rookie tight ends and receptions.
And yards.
And yards.
Yep.
And yards. And I think I lost the championship last year. Vic had Brock on his team, and he went off. He went off against me in the championship, the fantasy football championship. And I said, okay, that got my attention. But the boy's bad, man. He got speed, he got size. Coming in second year, they got Geno out there now. And he did all that with Garoppolo. Was it Garoppolo in Vegas? He was in Vegas last year with Devontae, right?
Yeah, Garoppolo.
Right,
Yeah, Garoppolo was in Vegas.
Yeah.
trash.
he did that. He did that with Garoppolo. So they got Geno Smith, they got Pete Carroll out there, they got Ashton Genty in the backfield. So I just think it's gonna open up a lot for him, man. I think he'll have a. I mean, he broke out last year, but yeah, that's my number one tight end.
Yeah, play
What you got,
action
Smash?
is gonna be crazy. I was gonna pick him
Yeah.
too.
And who
Yeah.
you got? I know you got the GPT up.
Hey,
Taking off the
Brock
book.
number one?
Brock was number one.
Yeah.
Huh?
Buzz.
Yeah,
So I think you called George Kittle. I think the Detroit Lions. Who's it, Laporta?
Porter.
Sam
Porter,
Laporta,
he's
that's
a
a good
beast.
one.
He's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Laporta's gonna be nice, right? Because he came out the gate, you know what I'm saying, talking that talk, doing his thing.
Mhm.
But going back to Vic guy, because this was somebody that I wasn't following at first, but what's his name? Trey McBride.
Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals, right? You know, because you know what I think happened for him last year was Marvin Harrison opened up that door for him, because now everybody
It
got
did.
like two people over here on Marvin. Now we got Trey
Mhm.
McBride, who I think for me is I don't want to say this, but the second becoming of I want to say Gronk.
Gronk.
I think he's Gronk like, you know, for real. But then your boy out of Miami, who now with the Steelers, Jonnu.
John
Right?
Smith.
He got that athletic type as well, where he could probably get some stuff done and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like for sure. Like for real.
No, I mean, y'all boy too, Tribes. He ain't no slouch. His numbers went down. But y'all boy Jake Ferguson,
Yeah.
I like
we just
him.
paid him, didn't we? Did we pay him?
I
Who
can't
you
think?
remember if I did or not. But he all right though. Jake is all right.
Yeah, he is.
But the Porter, I mean, to me, the way that I think the game is starting to transition again. Because you look at it, you got team fullbacks. You got tight ends playing H back right now, right? And to our point that you was talking about earlier about Kittle, he's a good blocking tight end, right? And there's not a lot of great blocking tight ends out there in the NFL. Even down to Kelsey, they gave Kelsey his props in regards to his blocking, right? So if you got that, but I want to throw a sleeper out there before I throw this away. And I know y'all probably remember him. He came out of the NFC East. And I want to say we just lost Tribe again. He was on the Giants, which was Evan Ingram.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he back? Was he hurt last year?
I thought he had retired and then he came back. But I can Google that at one time because I think he left the Giants like I ain't doing this.
Because he was in Jacksonville for a little bit.
Exactly. Yes, he was.
And now he in Denver.
Now he's in Denver. That's why I keep saying Denver low key.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Denver in that NFC, man. Denver low key, they got some potential in it, and they're a young squad.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, they got Sean Payton out there, man. I think people, you know, kind of underestimate his play calling and his offensive acumen. You know, so he's gonna put Bo Nix and Evan Ingram, and I think they got that running back. What up, Vic?
What's up, Vic?
My guy.
Now, Trey, you open up the door on this one. I'm glad you said this. So was it Sean Payton or Drew Brees? Because the quote always used to be out there, was it Tom Brady or was it I can't think of his name.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. So
man,
which one is it?
I think it's both, man. I think it's both. I think, and the reason I said it because you look at the great coach QB combinations they win. Drew Brees, Sean Payton, Brady, Belichick, Mahomes, and Andy Reid. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I think I don't when that argument come up for me, as always, I don't think really one could have. Well, I was about to say one could have done it without the other, but Brady debunks that when he went to Tampa Bay and did it. So
exactly, and that's where the questions came out when he wanted at Tampa. So was it Belichick or was it Brady? Because he went and got him one down there in Tampa Bay.
Well, in that case, I guess it was Brady. If you put it like that.
No, 'cause I hear him say it all the time about offensive scheming and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, you could be the best offensive mind, but what happened to you in your latter years at New Orleans before you retired? And then what happened to you your first 2 years at Denver? Were you just
Yeah.
trying to do what you did? Were you just trying to duck games and trying to get the high draft pick? Or you just had a
hmm
personal thing against Russell Wilson and then didn't want to really create anything for him? Or Russ was just set in his own ways. But I guess we'll find out about that in
It's
Pittsburgh, not Pittsburgh,
New
the
York.
Giants this year. Yeah.
But Jameis gonna tell it.
Right.
Yeah,
We're gonna
James
tell
gonna
all
tell
that,
it.
and it's gonna be a
He gonna
good
tell
show.
everything.
Jameis gonna tell it.
Hey, two
But can
things
I
I
ask this
want.
question, Ty?
Two things I want to address. Yes, Garoppolo wasn't in Vegas last year. To chat here, we were talking about when Jimmy G was there, when
He went to
Devontae
New
was
Orleans?
there, because I think last 2 years he been with the Rams, something like that.
Oh, he went to okay.
And then the other thing, Vic, hey, you joining us right now, you got to catch up. So that means we talked about who's our first quarterback off the board, right? And that's where I'm starting with you. If you know, not number one, right? Because your number one may not be a quarterback, but who's your first quarterback in your board?
Jaden Daniels.
Ooh, he was the last one round out the five. Go ahead, explain it. Tell us why.
Yeah, what he did last year with a ragtag bunch of guys was impressive. I like the fact that he's a pedigreed athlete, got that Heisman. He didn't do it like Burrow did at LSU, but he has a strong leadership quality about him. And I think he has the right nucleus. You got Zach Ertz is old. You got Ben Sinnott, who's a rookie. That both of them is nice. You got Debo. You got Trey. Not Trey. You got Debo and you got McLaurin, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry. Then you got Austin Eckler. You got Brian Robinson. You got that young boy Bill. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think he has more to work with than he did last year, and I think the game is going to slow down for him. And I think that they're going to be in a lot of late round, late game, kind of like running from the back. I don't know if they're going to have as much success because I mean the guy he was magic last year with some of them late fourth quarter W's. But from a fantasy standpoint, if you always playing catch up, that's the quarterback you want. Plus the guy he's swift. He knows how to slide. I don't know if y'all saw Jackson Dart slide this week head first, man. Like, nah, ain't how you do it. So yeah. I like Jay,
bro. Nah, that's a good perspective, Vic, for real. Because I'm interested to see how he does follow up. Because everybody gone? Y'all here?
Everybody?
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
It's crazy. I'm interested to see how he follow up because what he did last year was unprecedented, bro. And like he just kept doing it game after game after game. Like, and so to your point, like magical is really the way to describe it. My fear though is that now the defense has got a year of tape. They got a year of tape to watch. But but like you said, his pedigree gonna probably pull him through that or get him through that because he's a winner.
What I would say to that to your point too, Trey and Vic, this is probably one of the first quarterbacks I agree that Washington drafted in a very, very long time. Only because of his background coming through Alabama and LSU. Like and to Vic's point, you got to look at going through Mike Saban. His an NFL pro style. Then he goes to LSU, another NFL pro style offense that he was up under, right? Then going to the right. I don't feel like we were the right team that he came to, but I feel like we had the right pieces that was around just to bring enough talent out the way he needs, right? So, and for what they said they haven't even really touched the tip of the playbook yet. So I'm just curious what other things that's out there that he's gonna have as that type of player.
It's crazy because won't he also out in Arizona State with Herman?
Yeah, he was at Arizona State. He ain't go to Bama.
Not Bama. Arizona State to LSU. My bad. Pause.
Same colors though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so he definitely got that. I mean, Vic said it, man. His pedigree, like just kind of, he came up through NFL, style offensive NFL experience. And Herm was saying it every pregame, postgame. I ain't surprised. He's like, I seen it all the time. So
Right.
I hope the young boy do have a great sophomore year.
And another
Me
thing
too,
about
man.
him from like a fantasy standpoint, he's not going to be one of them first ones go. You know, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, those two are going to probably go before him. If you're depending on what type of league you're in, you might get some homers that are really into Hurts or
Right.
Mahomes. I don't know if people are really jumping off the porch. Like I don't like to pick the first quarterback, so like that's why I like Daniels. Like my favorite quarterback this year is Lamar Jackson. That's my guy. But you know, you got to like kind of make that decision early. Like if you want him, you probably got to go early third, maybe second if you want Lamar. I
Really
think
want
Jaden
Lamar.
Daniels he might fall to the third or the fourth. I know we gotta what y'all call it, the commies. Yeah, we got a commies fan in here. So you know he Ben might pick him up a little earlier. You know, but you know, if that ain't the case, normal leagues, I think he's going after the top couple big guys. I think Burrow might even go
Yeah,
before him too.
that's mine.
True fact, Vic.
That's my pick.
True fact, Vic. You named both quarterbacks that I named. I was only supposed to name one, but I try my best not to pick my own quarterback. Real talk, I try my best, but then I hate when I have to play against my quarterback. Because you know, at the
Yeah.
same time, I want us to win, but I don't need you to kill me with 4 TD passes in this fantasy league too at the same time. So, but to
I,
Trey's point too, I've also done what he's done. I think I was successful with that last year. I had a quarterback with the same receiver. Like literally, it
It's a
sometimes it
good
can pay
strategy.
out, but it can hurt you too. It can hurt you on a bad
Yeah,
Yeah,
game, and neither one of
I
those did
think
nothing.
I think Zayden gonna go probably third. I think late second, early third, Vic, only because I feel like the running back position in fantasy football wise this year is kind of shallow. I mean, you probably gonna go. I know this ain't a running back show, but you know, Gibbs, Saquon, and in no particular order: Gibbs, Saquon, Bijan, Ashton Genty. After that, I feel like it's pretty much everybody the same from the running back spot.
you still
It
got
is.
CMC and Derrick Henry though,
Yeah, CMC, Derrick Henry. Okay, so the top six, right?
and those are that's the old guard. So I agree. Like
That's
depending
the
on how
old
people
guys,
feel,
right?
Yeah. So I think after those six, your top four wide receivers, Justin, Jamar.
LSU
Who am I missing?
boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Justin, Jamar. Like I feel like Jaden. Then you go Lamar Jackson. You go Joe Burrow. You go Josh Allen. I think Jaden could go.
We still ain't talking about Baker Mayfield. Hey, yo, y'all put
Oh,
some respect on Baker Mayfield name, man.
I just don't. I just
Vic,
don't.
what is your
I just
thoughts
don't
on Baker
think.
Mayfield?
Yeah, I just don't think he's gonna go before any of those of the top 15 guys in the league,
True
regardless
for
of
true.
position.
He may not, but we know he put up the same numbers that them top guys put up when it comes to what he do.
He do.
Yeah.
He do. He do.
Baker's pedigree too, man. I mean, a Texas boy from with a Heisman pedigree. He got a chip on his shoulder. You know, they done paid him the $30 million for the next year, so
Yep.
he already has the guarantee coming in, so he
You
has
got
some
the bread.
security.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, Mike Evans is going to get 1,000 every year. He's right as rain. You know, Godwin, he might come in a little chipped up, but like I've been told y'all, man, the kid, Abuka, he's going to eat.
Mhm.
Bucky Irvin's a beast. Auden, you know,
That's
he's
the
a decent little tight end.
Irvin. Number 15.
Yeah,
That's Buck Irvin, right? Number
yeah,
15. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
He's nice. He's nice. And they got Rashard White. So I mean, like, you know,
Yeah.
I think when you looking at like a quarterback where if you want to go heavy tight end, running back, wide receiver, and then pick your quarterback like later, Bucky. I mean, not Bucky. Baker's great. I don't know if I'm picking him over Bo Nix though. I like Bo Nix because he's gonna use his feet.
Yeah.
But Baker's, I mean, he's good, man. I mean, and he don't want to be like, you know, backing up. Remember when he was backing up Bryce Young a little while ago in Charlotte? You know, he don't want to be back there. He
Yeah.
like
He don't like
where
to
he's
be
at,
there.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one
Nah,
right
good
there.
stuff.
Speaking of that, let me see. Put in the chat. What Bob say? The Chiefs are still the team. Should be the favorite to come out of the West. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen were 1 and 2 on the map. The Chiefs still went to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, they did. They find a way to win. They do that. Yep, the Falcons. Yep, we talking about Bijan Robinson now because the load And what I think Bijan is going to do now, especially having Penix and Penix being a left, ooh, you know, he going to dump.
Hey.
He going to Michael Vick him.
Hey, try, but to that point about KC though, they like the OGs right now.
Yeah.
They battle tested, right? And to his fault, to his I guess it'll be his trophies. He beat Tom Brady before, not in the championship game, but I'm talking about head to head in the division, right? So, man, Mahomes, man, he got some accolades, man. And I know we talked about this one time before Vic was on here, like how as an all-time great quarterback, because we look at Tom Brady as being that GOAT, right? How do you look at that, Vic? How do you put the Mahomes and that Brady GOAT conversation?
Yeah, clutch. I mean, that clutch gene. I mean, like you know, when you talk about goats, like you know, I'm a guy who, because you know, I'm an '80s baby. You know, I graduated high school in '04. I'm always love LeBron because I remember he was on the Sports Illustrated when I was in high school. So when you talk about LeBron versus MJ, I'm biased, right? But if you really want to keep it a buck, when you talk about that killer instinct, when the game is on the line, like Jordan, you know, I think he got more game winners. And I could be wrong. Like, you can fact check me on that. So, like, when you talk about Brady, that's what he was known for. And when you talk about Mahomes, I think Mahomes is like a young boy doing his thing. And when the game is on the line, like they know who to get a ball to, and he's playing through injuries. And you know, Mahomes is it's hard to poke holes in his game, man. And to me, like, you know, he's doing the thing Brady did with taking less money so he could build a team around him. And I mean, the kid been in the league like 5 years. He's been in the Super Bowl all but one. He got like about 3 or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, he didn't cut off the cool looking hair, so you know he's trying to get his sire back this year. You know, he got a dude out there, Xavier Worthy. I love that kid from UT. You know what I'm saying?
That kid, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, the only thing I think what's going to happen over there is, you know, that offense is a little shaky. You know, Travis Kelce's getting older. Rashee Rice is going to probably miss 6 games because he was a knucklehead.
Easy.
Y'all saw that boy. He got to do 30 days in jail over 5 years. You know, like, and I'm like, how you gonna do that? You gonna do 1 day every other month? You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's hard to say he's not clutch. I think, and that's what separates. I love Lamar Jackson, and I don't even know if he's not clutch. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Mark Andrews dropped that pass last year, but I mean, is it Lamar's fault? You know, I mean, like, because you don't see that happen with Mahomes. You know, I agree. You know, I agree, but I mean, when it comes to Mahomes, like, that ain't happening with his wideouts much. You know, he know who to get the ball to. Like, maybe go ahead.
Wow, conspiracy theory.
But to that point, Vic, should they been in that situation in the first place?
Nah, because they was messing up.
Because at that exactly, it was bad. I thought it was bad coaching on Harbaugh's point, and
they stopped running the ball.
Also, they stopped running the ball. Like, you was killing me. What happened?
Stop running the ball.
You're supposed to feed the beast, man. Feed the beast. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
But here's my wild conspiracy theory. Sources say that Mark Andrews dropped that ball like somebody had his family tied up. Like somebody had his family hostage and was like, bro, if you, because he dropped a couple balls. He
did, and that's not knowing
balls on that drive, right? Or close to the end of the game. They was like, yo, somebody got my man family tied up. You cannot beat Josh Allen and Bills Mafia this game. It's not happening.
Man, so I gotta ask, if you tied up Mark Andrews' family, what kind of parlay you got? And what it pay out? Because I mean, if you get caught, bro, you up out of there, man.
Right, you gotta make it some.
That's what they said. That's how, man. It was like for him to just consistent hands all season and to drop those. I mean, you couldn't have thrown a better ball, man. You couldn't have thrown a better.
And he would be the person. And he would be the person you would want catching the ball. Pause.
Come on,
yeah, he would be that person.
Yeah, I think if you want to do another conspiracy, they didn't want to have 4 brothers when it came to those, you know, them last 4 games. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I said that
too. Killer said that on It Is What It Is. I think that's his podcast. Killer was like, "Come on, man, Josh, you messed it up for the brothers, man." You know,
straight up.
It's true though. It would have been the first. That probably been history right there.
It would have been.
I mean, the AFC. I mean, that's a
Lamar.
It would have been Lamar. It would have been Pat. It would have been
Jaden and Jalen.
Jade. Yeah. You're right. Yep.
Mhm.
Because it was them. Yep. You're right. Yeah.
All right, so going back, I want to put this visual up. All right, we're
All right, what we
talking
got?
running backs. So just looking at Fantasy Pros, this is currently not sponsored, but we are open to sponsors. So letting y'all know that. Y'all see the screen, we open to sponsorships. But
Yeah.
so running back Saquon, D. Henry, Jameer, Bijan, Josh Jacobs. I think crazy top 5. I like Williams here as well. I actually like the boy. What's his name? Henderson. I think is that
Travion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Where's he at?
Yeah, he's in New
Nah,
England.
he probably ain't gonna crack the top 12. He might be like 15 on that list.
All right, he might be, but I'm staying top 5. And
Oh, that's from 2024. He ain't gonna be on that list at all.
Yeah. This is from last year. Yeah, I'm taking last year's stats. So Lamar Jackson, Josh, Joe. There he go.
Big.
That boy Baker. I mean, maybe y'all don't believe.
Oh wow, he was
Some of
better than
y'all believe.
Jaden.
Yeah, Jalen. I mean,
Yeah.
what Cam and them say? Jalen, he's too many weapons around. He got too many weapons. Guess what? Jaden got close now because if you was talking about Scary Terry, Young Debo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy in there. But tight ends, Vic, before you came, I gave you a shout out. Looking at Trey McBride, because I know that was somebody you put us on before he even got in the league. You was talking about him. So now what you got to give me, because I don't think we talked about it, who's your first tight end off the board, right? Is that still Trey? Is that somebody else that's came in? Who you looking at?
So if I'm going early, I'm gonna do Kittle. Because Kittle, I mean, what they got going on over there, it's crazy. Like every year, it's like the California teams just can't stay healthy. The Chargers, they always getting hurt. And, everybody over there in San Francisco getting hurt. So in my mind, it's like if all them guys coming in banged up, the only guys that's going to be catching a rock are going to be CMC, Pearsall, and Kittle. And Kittle's a beast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching Netflix's Receivers, and, like, he's just super cool on that show.
Yep, I was saying,
But if I'm picking early, but if I ain't picking early, I mean, I hate to say it, bro, but Kyle Pitts, man, and this is why, I subscribe to a couple of different sources when it comes to like fantasy sports, and like there's a source I use called Roster Watch, and those guys have like scheduling, strength of schedules, and the tight end strength of schedule for Atlanta, I think for the first like easy 13 weeks.
That's
let me look
actually.
actually. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me look real quick because I should have it up right here. I'll pull it. I'm gonna pull it up.
You said tight ends?
Yeah, tight ends. Up, yeah. First 13 weeks. He doesn't have a tough, and even in week 14 it's Seattle, which is hit or miss. Like they might be hurt by then, but like, so in my mind, I mean, I'm gonna probably lean on him because I mean, coming out of Florida, I mean, we thought that kid was just gonna, he reminded me of Eric Ebron. Eric Ebron never really did his thing, and he was like super pedigree, first round pick. But I mean, fucking kid, I mean, Jesus, man, Pitts is a beast.
Kyle Pitts is he's a big wide receiver. He's a big wide receiver, right? Florida. Yeah, okay. And his yards after catch is crazy. He can do the deep ball. I think having Michael Penix under center will help. I think Kirk just won't really look in his way last year, and so I just feel like Penix coming in, he's just gonna build a chemistry with those guys that Kirk was unable to do. So I could. 'Cause I had Kyle Pitts last year, and he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't perform for me at all.
And then a sleeper is going to be Britton Strange. That's the tight end down there in Jacksonville. If you wait late in your draft, if you don't get no tight ends, Britton Strange. I don't know his pedigree off the top of my head. I just know they shipped out Evan Ingram, and it's going to be hard for them to guard Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas because I mean Brian Thomas is a beast.
He's a beast.
You
He's a
know, and
beast.
then
That boy is a beast.
oh yeah, tell you LSU kids, man. I mean, like every we gonna talk about this all the time. LSU and Ohio State, man. The wide receiver use. I don't know which one's better. You know, I mean LSU top 4 fucking wide receivers in fantasy. That's crazy, man.
It is. But that's
I
how
just
they
don't
can
know what
recruit so
Trevor.
good.
I don't know about Trevor Lawrence. So I'm still not sold.
That would be the
Sunshine.
only that would be the only weak link.
Hey man, you can't have good hair like that and not take this advantage to get all the sponsorships this year, bro. He need to be on his game,
Facts.
waving them
Run it
Goldilocks.
up. Run it up. You gotta
Hey,
run
but
it
real
up.
talk though, Vic, I was surprised that they even gave that man an extension.
He sell jerseys, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know how we want to do it on this show because I don't, you know, I'll be kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
but
Go ahead, say it. Say it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
take
yeah.
Clip this. Clip
not
this.
like it's it's like you know, Jerry Jones. I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, you know, he cared more about his team making money than they do about winning. And Trevor Lawrence, he's a good looking white boy, and that sells. You
Yep.
know, what
Yeah.
you look at Kenny Pickett in Pittsburgh. You look Baker Mayfield. You know, you can look at all these guys. You know what I'm saying? If you get a clean cut white guy to
Jimmy
represent your
Garoppolo.
team, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy just sucks.
Right.
Jimmy
You
G
know,
was
Eli
a
Manning.
brand for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't say Eli Manning was trash, but I mean, like Eli Manning, you know what I'm saying, towards the latter part, he was just selling jerseys. So like, yeah, Sunshine sell
Yeah.
jerseys, bro. And he was he was nice at Clemson, and he beat Nick Saban. And you know what I'm saying? It was him and Watson was the two Clemson teams. I think they beat Alabama. Y'all
Yeah,
can
it
fact check
was.
me on that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so I mean, like that's why he got it, because I mean, like, you know, that's my thought process. It's not against that mindset, but I don't think brothers get that same leeway or
They don't.
opportunity or
Not
energy.
Not
You know,
at
I mean,
all.
like
That's why.
no, I was gonna say I love Lamar. Like I love how Lamar is so him, and I love that he don't got no agent. His mama represent him, and he was
I ain't
slugged up
keeping
and
it
all
at the
his.
crib,
You know what I'm talking about? Like he's super
Braided
Florida.
up,
You know what I'm
plugged
saying?
up,
So like,
all day
and
long.
and that's like perfect for Baltimore. But I don't know if
Yeah.
that would fit in like Minnesota or like you know, I mean, even JJ McCarthy out there. I mean, like I don't know why they
Right.
picked him up over whoever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, JJ was good at coming out of Michigan State, but NFL's business, you know, and I ain't no shot at nobody, no shout out to the white homies, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we know what
Lamar
it
was
is.
working he work in Atlanta. Lamar work in Baltimore. He work in New York.
I
Giants.
don't know, bro,
You don't
because
know?
I mean, like, you got to think, man, like they should have picked up Shador. I don't even know if we want to talk about that.
Talk
know what I'm
about it.
saying?
You mentioned that too.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
I mean, like to me, like I don't know, and that's another thing too, man. Like, you know, look at the league, man. The league is, and if you really want to keep it a buck, right now in the current administration, man, I gotta give me all my politics bag, but like right now, the current administration is you know, he has a chokehold over partnerships and mergers and stuff like that. So when the NFL just merged with ESPN and Red Zone and stuff like that, I don't know if that went through or not already, but you know, the current administration could 100% stop that from happening if if something happens that he doesn't like. And you know, it's one of those things
Right.
where, you know, if you trying to make sure that you appease, you know, the powers that be, yeah, man, that's one of those, you know, that's one of those things, man. So, you know, I ain't knocking his talent, because I don't think
Right.
that there are maybe 25, 20 quarterbacks that are better than Trevor Lawrence. But I do think that, you know, having a white boy with good hair is hard to find.
Hey,
It is.
You know,
He's
Yeah, I was
just
gonna
raw.
make Great White Hope.
oh man, Justin
Yeah.
Herbert, he got good hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not good hair, but gets you a long way, man. You know, so
That's a fact.
yeah.
I mean, speaking of our Caucasian brethren, I got a sleeper QB for y'all for fantasy. I love Drake May this year.
Yeah.
I
Really?
think Drake May gonna have a he got
Bring
a
that.
cannon for arm. He got
Joe
Stephon
Milton
Diggs out
cannon?
there. Huh?
You got a Joe Milton
I
cannon?
don't know if it's like Joe Milton. It might be a little bit smaller than Joe Milton. There's no Diddy. But nah, I think, you know, he's big. You know, he what 6'5", 235.
Yeah.
with a cannon. Yeah, the organization is building around him. Who they got out there? Mike Vrabel, the head coach now.
Yeah.
Vrabel, the head coach, gonna take care of the defense. I think they're gonna put Drake May in a position to put up some big numbers. I don't know if it'll translate to wins, but I think he's gonna have a big year. So he might be a stash on my bench.
It's good depth for sure.
Because I'm a Michigan fan, but Carolina's basketball team, so I follow Carolina football. And I just watched him when he went against that top tier competition. Drake didn't show up. That was the only knock I had on him, was when he went against the bigger teams, when they finally came to that time to show it on the line. And because I remember Carolina was ranked.
Yeah,
They had got into the rankings. I think they got up to like 15 or 14, but then he just started choking.
You know what they got there?
Why is that?
Because of Drake May.
No,
What was it?
Well, hold on. Don't forget though. They also had a monster running game too. They had two running backs at Carolina that year. But they also had my boy that came out of when Drake May was there. I think that was Drake May was still with him.
De'Ami Brown.
Thank you, De'Ami Brown.
And it was another one. I can't remember the other kid name off the top of my head, but De'Ami for sure.
He was a speedster. The other kid was a speedster.
Yeah,
that was at Carolina.
Yeah, that's my sleeper.
Hey, Trey, can I ask this real quick, Trey? I've always been curious about this, and we can kind of keep it in our lifetime right here, because Trey like to take me back to the 70s. On the leather helmets. Who would you put as your all-time great tight end? Because we've been some hell of a tight ends, bro. Like when you think about the tight end history, from whether you go from Gonzalez, and you break it down and come down a little bit further, if you want to throw Kelsey in there because of the amount of Super Bowls that Kelsey's won, like what would be your top tight end?
I got my answer.
What you got?
Hey, your answer may actually be my answer. So let's see. Go ahead.
Y'all see the background? Antonio Gates. He just was inducted.
Antonio Gates. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't know he didn't play college football, man. That's crazy, yo.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Right.
That's
That's why he the GOAT. That's why he the GOAT tight end, because he came from saying, when he said, I was like, that makes sense. I'm used to jumping with guys 6'4", 6'5". These little guys, oh man, this is work out here, and when you thought about it, you thought Phillip Rivers, you thought Antonio Gates and LT, and that was it. So, right, I'm glad.
Manning kept getting in their way though.
Texas boy.
Yeah.
Who up? Me and Antonio Gates. Who next?
What you got, Trey? What you got, Vic?
I mean, Gonzalez is a name that pops up in my head, but I'm like one of those guys who where my knowledge like super in depth. Like last 10, 15 years, you can't tell me nothing about nothing. But like after that, I know the best. So without using Chat GPT to cheat or nothing, like I say Gonzalez just as a tap out answer. I can't think of nobody else off the top of my head.
Come on, man.
Oh well, what's the Moose out of the Cowboys back in the 90s?
He was a fullback.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm thinking, what's his name?
Novacek.
Novacek. You're thinking of Novacek. Yeah, I think it was an end.
Yeah, but see, even him, like I don't think he was good outside of a couple of years. That's just me being a Cowboys homer. So yeah. I vote Gonzalez.
Trey?
No, I got it. Y'all just man. I'm going with my boy Rob Gronkowski, man. I'm going with Rob.
Okay. Rob was a beast.
I mean, how many rings did he get with Brady? If we going GOAT off rings,
y'all gonna chill, bro.
But Gronk, I just feel like, he was Tom Brady's safety valve. All else fails, throw that joint up, throw it up, go give him the ball. Big, fast, strong. I got to go Gronk now. At my heart, I'm a huge Antonio Gates fan. Because I'm a basketball guy. So for me to see him make that transition, and then I played with that Charger squad on Madden like all the time. So you just really throw it up to him too. But I think Gronk, when you talk about all the physical attributes, the stats, I think he had he got maybe 100 touchdowns in his career touchdowns.
Talking about Gronk?
Might not quite be. Yeah.
92.
Yeah, probably fact 92. Okay, facts. All right, close. And then
I'm surprised it ain't 69. That's a wild boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
How
not
many
wild
rings
as
do we got?
Hernandez. That's for Hernandez. That boy was hey. Matter of fact, his pronoun might be different these days, bro. He was a wild boy.
Yeah, he be dead.
I was like, this dude is everything. Like in the movie when he said, "Man, I'm a demon," I was like, you know what, motherfucker, you right.
You are. Yes, sir. You are.
You is a bad boy. Like gosh almighty.
Yeah.
But now I'm with you.
Now go ahead, because I got
I was gonna say I'm with Vic on this one. I was looking at Gonzalez. I do like, don't get me wrong, Antonio Gates, but I was thinking of Gonzalez out of Atlanta. But then I gotta plug my boy Chris Cooley in for the Redskins because he was probably the only consistent thing we had in the early 2000s was Chris Cooley.
He wore 47, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He wore 47. Yep.
That was my dude. All right, so I gotta, like I said, Gates my guy, but I gotta give it to my dude right here. And y'all may know him for something different. He likes young white girls, and he had to pay him $25 million.
Yeah.
But you talking about when it came to catch that rock, bro? Uncle Shay, I'm telling
Uncle Shay was a beast.
Right? Hey, them Broncos Ravens days. You talking about 10,000 yards, 62 TDs, over 100 receptions, over 800 receptions.
Yeah.
One of the first brother duo to also be in the Hall of Fame. Bro, let's give Uncle Shay his props because this might be the last show you talked about him.
Hey, Shay was a beast, and I think he still got that record. Because I think who was that tight end that was about to break his record? Kittles. It was Kittles out of San Fran. I think Shay still hold that record for the most receiving yards in the game. Because I remember Kittles was on fire, right? I'm about to Google that, but I think Shay still got that. Because I know one of the records got broken with receptions, but I don't think broke the receiving yards. Kittles got close, and another tight end got close, but I don't think they ever broke it.
Mm-hmm.
To be real, I think Brock Bowers is gonna break all the records. That kid's nasty,
bro. And then, like I said, Gonzalez got that record. He got 15,000 yards. I think Antonio Gates got the most tugs because Antonio Gates got 116. That's why he up in that joint. He got 116. Ain't never playing.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez 15,127.
Yep.
Yards. Yeah.
1325 receptions. Ooh. So tight end. So let's do this, and then also honorable mention since Vic, like I said, we Cowboys. We got to talk about Jason Witten, right? You got to throw Jason Witten in there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who was again Mr. Reliable, 13,000 yards as well. Consistent, durable. It's a shame we didn't get him a chip. I feel bad. Well, we ain't get a lot of people a chip, I guess, but that's just how the Cowboys do. And then if I want to go old school and give a shout out to somebody, do y'all remember? Matter of fact, y'all probably remember his son who played at Cleveland, but I'm not talking about his son. I'm talking about the other Winslow Sr., not Junior. Junior's a wild boy.
Yeah, I was about to say, just like Hernandez almost.
Miami and Florida boy, crazy. But
he was a Miami boy.
Chargers, right? That was when it really started looking like, oh, who is this guy? But Trey, to your point, who talked about the dude? I think it was last week, or maybe I heard it somewhere else. I forgot who was talking about the tight end. Tight end, Arizona Cardinals, who was a big guy. We talked about him a lot last week, but now I can't remember the name.
Someone McBride?
Nah,
right?
Old school cat. That got all that. Maybe he played receiver. Who was his name?
Larry Fitzgerald?
Nah, it ain't Fitz. This dude that was like, he was like, bro, he looked like a tight end, but was a receiver.
Oh, David Boston.
David
Yeah.
Boston.
It was David
That's what we're
Boston.
talking about. Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
yeah,
David,
yeah, yeah.
no David Boston. No
Yeah.
David.
He
Y'all
did
know
look like that.
what Titan I like?
Huh?
Like Vernon Davis. You know, we going
Vernon?
back to the forgotten. Yeah, we be going
Man,
back to
good
Vernon Davis
call.
was a
Good
baller.
call.
That was a good
Hey,
call.
hey, what
Vernon
coach
almost won
say?
the game by himself.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know, but what coach say? Can't win with him.
Yeah.
Ain't do it. Ain't do it. Hey, yo, I trust coach. I ain't messing with him. I'm off him. And rest in pieces. What was his brother? You know,
Mm.
Vontae. You know, he
Oh yeah, yeah,
committed suicide. But remember, he
yeah.
quit at halftime, right?
Mhm.
So on that joint, it was just, hey, mental health is crazy, bro. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
wild.
For all that, bro. But yeah, Vernon was like that, but I'm gonna go with coach, man. I can't win with him.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, that dude, like I said, he almost single-handedly won that NFC Championship game. Hey, he balled. If you remember, hey, he was the only one that really was getting it for San Fran that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was
Didn't he come to
who was
DC for a little bit at the end of his career?
he
Then?
did, but by that time, we always get people that's too old. By that time, they don't pass their prime, and we just want to pay a lot of money like the Cowboys do.
Yeah, you got Bruce Smith one year, wasn't it?
We had Bruce
Mhm.
Smith. We had the defensive tackle. What was his name? We gave all that money. Stubblefield came.
Oh yeah,
Stubblefield came from
Dana
San Fran.
Stubblefield, the Packers.
Yeah, man, we spent a
Nah,
lot
he
of
wasn't.
money,
He
man,
was
on
San Fran. He was San Fran.
San Fran. Yeah, he was a beast in San Fran.
He's-
But again, not everybody
Yeah.
got the same schemes.
He was a hell of a prospect for sure. Coming out, very, very athletic tight end.
I just read some of him not too long ago. He's still getting in trouble, doing something.
Talking about Vernon Davis.
Nah, Stubblefield, because he got a lot
Oh,
of. It was in DC. That's another reason why they got rid of him.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, we could go all day because I think next week our subject should be focused on who makes the dumbest trades, and I'm gonna start it off by speaking to someone, Albert Hainsworth in the Redskins, but that's for next
That
week.
was dumb too.
That was
I
a
just-
$90 million
Hey,
contract.
right, and then if we're gonna keep talking about the Redskins, Adam Archuleta. Should I keep going? Right. I think they paid a lot of money for Dion when he got there too.
We did pay money for but Dion did
Right.
give us 2 punt returns. He gave us 2 punt returns to the house.
Hey,
But
one
he was
thing
past
about
his prime.
Dion, he is worth every penny.
Every time.
That
No,
guy
we
is
made
worth
some bad.
every penny to this day, bro. My man walking
Real talk,
around with
though.
a bag of pee and blood, bro. Think about
Yeah,
that,
he
bro.
a bad
Like,
man.
and then,
Yeah.
and then the people still look at that like, man, he ain't. I'm gonna find something negative still to say somehow, some way about him, his kids, bro. And that Joan is like insane.
you know what that be
I just
about
like
though,
it.
bro?
Would it be?
Hot take. People hate Dion the way well, I won't say black people, but people hate Dion the way liberals hate Trump. And it's that right, wrong, or indifferent. You got a braggadocious person who is successful and rubs it in your face.
Right.
People
Yeah.
just gonna root against you, and
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
whether you and you can take that however you want, man, because I ain't a Trump guy, but I mean, it's hard
And
to
you
become
know, it's funny.
president
No.
twice.
But that's
Right.
but that's why they hate him though. They hate him because of the aspect is every time they figure he gonna lose, he just keep winning, bro. He just
Yeah.
keeps winning. And then not even just about football, to have your team with one of the highest GPAs in college. Come on, man. He played and that's why if I had an opportunity now, if my other no, I ain't got no more children. But if I had another son, I would love to have the ability for him to play for Dion because I feel like Dion is gonna teach him, right? He gonna make sure they understand their game and understand everything, right? And sometimes I just feel like sometimes these coaches don't do that, especially college coaches. They just try to get what they can get for the most part and don't even really teach them preparing for the real world, which is the NFL. They're trying to stand that stage. So that's why I give
man,
Dion his props.
Yeah, they be hating on my man. They he just got cured of bladder cancer, and I saw some in the post game he had both his doctors, not on post game, it was an interview, but he had both his doctors sitting beside him. And if you would have taken it, and he was like, they were going back and forth, he was letting them answer the questions. And if you don't like Dion, you can take it, like to Vic's point, you can take it as he's bragging and he's cocky. But the man just had his bladder removed that was cancerous. So he's really just giving his testimony, and he's happy about it. But people will take that and turn it into, he's bragging.
He bragged.
If I got cured of bladder cancer, I'd be bragging too.
And I got Carucci in the bed next to me, cuz you can't tell me nothing, man. What is you saying, man?
Oh, I didn't know he had Carucci.
Yeah, that's that. He just dropped breaking news. Breaking news, Travis.
I didn't know that.
What's breaking news?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Deion Sanders and Carucci.
Oh yeah. Chris Brown. Pride of Tappahannock. Big blood Chris Brown.
Hey, CB said he good. He good though.
Yeah,
But the other thing to that too, y'all know we got to wrap is that what I really hated when he left black college football, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they hated on that man. I'm like, did you realize what he? And I think what it was is other coaches were jealous. I mean, of course he's Deion, but think about how he changed those kids' lives by having these entertainers come in, to have these former NFL players to come there and teach and stuff. Like, I mean, come on, man. Black college football, I haven't seen that in probably since Shannon Sharpe played when he was at Grambling, to be honest with you, because all our good talent has been going to D1 schools.
Yep.
And now you had a coach to come into football to take Travis Hunter from a D1 school to come to Jacksonville State. Come on, man, that's huge.
Right.
He was the number one. He was the number one athlete that year, wasn't he?
He was the number one athlete that year, and he brought him to Jackson. He brought him there. He brought him to Jackson.
What people don't give Prime enough credit for is what he did at Jackson State opened the door for Vic to do what he doing in Norfolk. What's my man Deshaun to do what he doing at Delaware State.
Delaware State, right? He opened the doors.
Deshaun Jackson, yeah. So it's he did what he was supposed to do, and he moved on, and so now it's up to everybody else to carry the torch.
Right, and that's what I was saying.
I want Vic to win down there, man.
Yeah, now what I was saying was for us is like, see, us five, we a little different. Our perspectives a little different because I think everybody who hated on Deion leaving Jackson State going to Colorado are, I would say, they have these characteristics. One, they never got promoted for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's no way. Right?
I love this guy.
First and foremost,
it's no way you look at Coming to America and say, "Hey, last week I was mopping, next week I'm on the fries." What? Like even you can get that. You know what I'm saying? It's like one, you've never been promoted, never wanted anything in your life. Two, you also never supported, because a lot of times, feedback without support is hate. Plain and simple. How you giving me feedback? You ain't never supported me. You a hater. Plain and simple, right? I don't want to hear nothing about it. Judge your mama, right?
Yep.
And then the next thing is the same individuals who don't take their own accountability, right? And that probably don't take care of their own kids, and they see a black man, a black father being confident. And I think that's what Me Too. A lot of people say, you talk to people like they slow. I said, well, maybe they stop saying slow shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, not even that I'm trying to be cocky or confident. And me and my wife had this conversation today. I said, one thing I want people to know, like when I become a millionaire, I want them to know I was an asshole before I became a millionaire, right? I don't want you to think I switched up, right? I don't want to feel like this. Right now, I'm just in a Lamborghini, right? You see,
an asshole in a Lambo.
That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's the hate is real, and I think that goes to any industry, right? I remember short story. Remember when I started Forex, when I started trading, network marketing, right? The perceptions on certain things that we're not educated on, right? It allows people to make uneducated comment, right? And I think that's dumb, right? You know what I'm saying? So, right, for me, it's like, okay, tell me why, give me your understanding. And now what it comes down into is, hey, if you ain't got the experience, it's qualification, right? We all got to be qualified, right? Some people right now want to be, and we know it where we work at, right? People want to be rewarded, but they don't qualify. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
So what are we rewarding you for?
what are we doing?
Right.
Right? And I just be like, I'm so confused, right? And I really be like, what they say, you joshing me right now, right? You know what I'm saying? Because 1 + 1 is 2, you know, but that's the world we live in. I blame the music, I blame that hip hop. So Trey, it's 20% your fault because you be pushing some of that
A
nonsense.
little bit. I'm
I say
slowly but
20%
surely.
because
Yeah,
the
you
other
know.
80 we still make money in that space, so I'm okay with it. So, but yeah, like it's crazy, and our perspectives are different because we are individuals who even now we still all want more. We know there's more, right? And it's like you mad at him for getting more. You ain't sending no money, just like Norfolk State, bro. You know what got me hot, bro? Hey, guess what? I wonder how many people are supporting the NIL collective, right? Do y'all even know what the Norfolk State NIL collective name is?
Nah, enlighten us.
That's crazy work. It's called well, you do know I know. It's the Gold Standard. It's called Gold Standard.
Okay.
Right? But I'm like, all this big, and I get he's selling the jerseys, and some of us say going to the school, but I'm like, I don't get it, right? And I got questions, right? And to people who say, oh, I can't wait to get the jerseys, I can't wait to go to the homecomings, but you ain't put no money on the NIL, like.
Yeah.
I think it's probably because they know there's a better team in Norfolk.
And what team is that?
You talking about the Pirates?
The Pirates.
Oh, ODU. We talking about ODU.
You already know, baby. The Monarchs.
Monarchs.
The pride of Old Dominion University right here, baby.
Man,
Shout out to Norfolk State, though, man. Their homecomings be turned for sure.
Yeah, they definitely be turned.
I just hope as a group collectively, bro, we just get out that crab out of the barrel mentality, and just congratulate instead of hate, and instead of just congratulate. Like, it's just crazy. Why are you jealous of something that another man did? Congratulate. Call him. What you do, bro? Share them best practices. Hey, put me down. Like, what do I need to do to put myself in this type of position?
Let's get it together.
I ain't asking you to draw it up for me, but you can just let's chat. Let's talk about it. But instead of doing that, they want to start smear campaign, start hating, man. That's one thing I just wish we could kind of change around a lot. Not just sports wise, but everything when it comes down to our people, man. It's just crazy.
Hubris, man. People gotta check that at the door, man. They don't that hubris is the death of a lot of us all, man, you know. So
It is.
I think it's all
this is a good job.
development. It's all personal.
But you can't see what you never saw. But that's why you got to surround people around you that have that vision. And I'm pretty sure we've all gone through it. We don't remember the same people we probably used to run with 6-7 years ago. Circle, not talking about this circle here. No, it's different. You're around with other people. You're seeing what they're doing. Like, okay, yeah, let me learn from you, right? And that's what it's all about. But people take that sometimes like, oh, you're trying to be funny because now you think you're better. It's not about being better than someone. I'm just trying to elevate. I'm trying to understand because as I grow, I'm trying to grow even more. So you surround yourself. Like we talked about doing this. This is huge, bro. Think about it. It's so many podcasts, and just one suggestion through our sports chat, we're like, hey, let's put a podcast together. This is probably one of the best things I feel like I've done in a very, very long time. Just to sit here, chat with the brothers, just talk sports. And we could change it to other topics, but for real, like how many other people probably talked about it, but they never did it. The difference between us is go-getters. It's go-getters behind it, and the go-getters gonna make it happen. They're not gonna talk about it.
Man, and we probably Trav, I guess if we wrap on this, that's cool too. But it go back to a couple months ago. Y'all remember the movie Field of Dreams?
Yeah, I remember that.
The baseball movie.
Yeah.
And the joint just kind of I didn't watch it. It just kind of hit me, and I've been saying it ever since. But if you build it, they will come. So like to everybody's point, like we'll get to a space when everybody stop hating, because what's gonna happen is if we just continue on our path and continue to build what we building, everybody they're gonna have a choice to make. Either you're gonna come along or you're gonna get left behind. Right? So we just keep doing what we doing, man, blazing this trail. And if they decide to come, they'll jump on. And if not, then it won't meant for you anyway. So yeah, man. Like,
but don't wait too late though.
For sure.
Don't be
Yeah.
too late, 'cause we're doing an Amtrak right now, so don't be too late.
Say they building it, but yeah, man, yeah, it's yeah. And Trey, I remember you saying that. 'Cause I know we always talk about something, and that's one thing. Like I said, I appreciate as well from everybody, and you know what I tell y'all right now, what I like about this podcast too, is that one, everybody has their own perspective. Hey, quick advertisement, yo. Vic, go ahead, put the link in here. Go ahead, share the screen.
Yeah.
We get to put up the AI workshop. Me, Vic, and I got Kerwin. We got coming up for sports and AI going on. So quick ad, but yeah, man, just the doers do, right? And for me,
Yep.
like people who talk a lot they do a lot less. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, keep doing what y'all do. You know, I know for sure everybody here has their own like lane also. You know, we
Right.
all do things differently in our own way, and we're great at those things. So keep doing it. And I think like we was talking about the crab in the barrel. For me, when I look at it, I think it's conditioning, or I would say our subconscious being conditioned without us knowing, right? Because again, like, you know, like I couldn't believe, right? I don't never really talk about the old job much, but I could not believe, you know, how people would change when the salary changed, right? Like for me, I couldn't fathom it. I'm just like, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, hold on, fam.
It was
Like,
cool. It was
and
cool.
it's like I'm so confused because like I didn't know the switch up. I ain't know the code switching. I ain't understand that yet. You know what I'm saying? But now I understood the game, and I also code switched myself. I also realized I don't like it too much, or I do it when I want to do it, right? You know, in a sense. Let me see. Let me add this to the stage, bro. Yeah, y'all make sure, man.
No question.
Cool, that boy sharp right there. That boy
Yeah, he
sharp.
stay
Yeah.
clean, man. He got a shape up too. It look like.
Man, look, I need to go ahead and holler at my boy. Shout out to my homie Swish Kyrie down there over there by what's that Farm Fresh and Shackle Bottom, man.
Okay.
Charge too damn much money for a damn edge up, but I love him anyway though, man. He be having me sharp, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
haircuts then went up, bro. Haircuts.
Man, remember
haircuts
you used to
going
get a
up.
haircut for like $10 back in the day, cuz?
Hey,
Come
bro,
on,
I got a guy off Broad. He only gonna charge you 30, man, off Broad Street. I got a guy. You get the massage and everything, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh man, look, my daddy used to take me to I think the Vietnamese ladies used to do that when I was a young kid. Yeah.
Hey, Ben, why I got this? Do you have like a photo flyer for your business you want to share?
Getting the daughter to work on that. She's supposed to be working on that for the last month and has not put nothing together, right? Because I think I told you that day that I got accredited with the Better Business Bureau. So I'm trying to get her to create that with the BBB stamp on there, showing that we're accredited security team, right? So we making waves, man, and if this thing come through next week, you're gonna see the security squad out there at all Virginia Union home games. Which is gonna be big, bro. We did basketball last year, and if we can get football going into basketball, bro. Hey, man, I want to take over everything for real over Virginia Union because I ain't gonna hate on the people there now, but I feel like we could do a better job over there for the Panthers, right? So hopefully we can slide into that door, man.
Right. Because what I want to do here, and like at the end of our shows, right? If y'all got something going on, bring like a 1-page or a flyer, and we can do our own promotions, and stuff. And then of course I'll be able to clip it up, and we can share it and stuff, and just keep promoting our stuff. That's how we build. Because now instead of me trying to promote my people, it's 5 of us promoting, and that's why. Trade, to your point, affiliate marketing, why MLM was always something I went back to, because it truly supports together everyone achieves more, right? Because if I try to do this by myself, I can make 1,000, right? But I can make 2,000 if I help 5 other people make 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, that was the personal development and mentality, is that oh well, don't get me wrong, people do wrong shit, right? Like y'all know who Carlos Boozer is, right?
Yeah.
Basketball player.
Right? Did y'all know he
Yeah.
was a scammer? Y'all ain't
Man,
know
Oh,
that.
word?
Oh, right. But he's not, right? And I said it for shock value, so clip that. Right? But basically what happens was he was
Allegedly.
right. I allegedly, right? We got to say that so they don't come get me. But there are people who run in certain circles who, oh, I'm starting a financial company, scammers, right? We got EYL. If y'all watch EYL and them, they beefing. Our financial literacy cats beefing.
Well, hold on.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish, but it's because, bruh, it's this music we listening to because all niggas do is say, what? I got more money than you.
Ops. Yeah.
Nigga,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Of course, that's why I'm listening to you. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, now thinking about it, have y'all ever seen me share EYL? Have y'all ever seen me share Wall Street Trapper? Never. Right? It's that discernment I be knowing. And the crazy part, to them niggas who said, if you had a stock show, you copied us, bro. I got domains for that. I was a Forex trapper back in 2016 before they even started, so they copied me, right? If they want to pull it up, right? But I just think it's our culture, bro. Our culture is we got to be number one. We got to be top dog. We got to stun on niggas like, oh man, when I got this color on and it got the double R's, I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, yo, like, shut the fuck up. I got this Walmart shit on and I'm still out here fresh. And guess what? Now everybody wearing Walmart shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Well, not everybody, because I know some
I got the concept.
And I think for everybody, you just gotta learn to, hey, do you let people do them, right? What I love about people, like, is when people do the same shit. Like, if you flashy, always be flashy, right? That's always you. But when you change, it's like, I'm confused because you was Pokemon right here, and now you Tupac. Like, I got a question. Ask you a question. You know where it come from, but yeah, bro. So let's do our promos. I don't care what you got going. So Trey, get your shit right.
Yeah, you already know.
And you got something to share. Let's share it. Get it out there.
I may have to partner with Ant. I might need to get with Ant to help me with this flyer because my daughter may take forever. One of y'all that's good with that. I'm gonna have to partner.
But get with Ant. If you need Ant to do your payroll, I guarantee you could probably do your spreadsheet. That's gonna have a formulas for you, and you be good to go.
I'll let me Ben. I'll whip something up for you, bro.
All right, I'll get with the Trey. But one thing I want to say, Try, before you close out is that one of the things I've been really doing, man, is really giving everybody their flowers, and all y'all get flowers. Because I've known y'all for a long time. I know Vic, man, you came through, of course, the old place, but even then, it was always love from day one. But me even thinking back, I be hollering at Mustafa and Zay and all them. Like, I'm like, hey, man, and Beezy, like, yo, y'all keep doing y'all thing. I just seen Beezy just got his for mental health or something like that. I'm like, hey, y'all young boys is getting it, man. I wish I had mentality at that age that they have. I didn't have that mentality, man. I wish I did. I'm old as hell now, right? But still, I give them their props on how they're moving and how they're doing things, man. And they didn't let that one barrier from old jungle, I guess we can call it the jungle. The jungle limit them from what they were doing. Matter of fact, I want to say he went back and put the tent up on the new building they at right now over White Oak. So you got rid of me and I came back and tenanted your whole building and made a lot of money doing that at the same time. So just giving everybody their flowers, man. And to your point, Tribe, we can start doing it. We can start advertising. Hey, y'all want to throw a quick joint on here? We got our little things going on. Throw some quick blurbs in there from Tent Mobile and I can't think of Zay's joint thing. I know it's the professional photography thing as well. But yeah, there's little things we can just kind of throw out there to get that message out to everybody.
Facts. Right, that's it. I'm dropping that link in here. Anybody got any closing statements?
Oh man, what we doing next week? We doing a mock draft next week or what?
Hey, next week.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Oh, we could do that. That is.
Could we? Can we do that, Vic? Can we do that? And we all
we could probably use Sleeper.
Okay.
Let me look.
I know Yahoo does mock drafts.
Let me see.